All right, today I'm going to be working on this fine automobile. It's a 1990 GMC Suburban 3/4 ton two-wheel drive. So on these, I don't know what year they switched over to metric, but this is a 90, so the factory gearbox is a metric thread. So all I did was get like a 2001 Chevy 1500 power steering line. So the part number is Song Song, and it's a 3401384. Factory line, goes into both sides, the power steering pump and the gearbox. What I did is I did have to bend it slightly right here. It should be straight. It's got a slight kink to it and bend. It hits barely on it's a little bracket that holds some wires. So I did have to do that. Another thing, you want to make sure you don't forget these little O-rings. And when you put them on, just kind of be careful because they will split on you. If you're not careful, they'll catch on the edge. And you're just going to take those, slide them over, and make sure those are on there. And if you got a power steering leak and you can't find, a lot of times these O-rings will go bad on you. So just make sure you check them. And I can't get the camera in there real well, but you're unscrewing it on one side, and then the other side, and then putting this in. So it's an actual mess under there of power steering leaking for the past month, or well, before I had it, it was leaking too. So it's just a mess. Sorry, I can't bring in there. My camera don't fit up in there, and it's dark. You're not going to see. There is the power steering line. I just added, you can see the little kink in it that I had to put on. And instead of, there's that little bracket. Let me see if I can get my hand up in there too. Nope. There's a bracket that runs up there, and this top side up here was hitting on it. So I had to bend it down just a little bit. See that kink right there? So bend it down. It's going out. Go thread it in the gearbox next. All right, well, there we go. A new power steering line installed. Gonna fill it up with fluid and send her down the road. On to the next project on it. I'm sure we'll be doing some wheel bearings or who knows what next. Oh, yeah, exactly. That goes perfect. All right, let's go for a ride. Almost forgot my truck was there, about ran into it. That was great. Oh, whoa. Well, I didn't actually think there's anything wrong with the steering, but it actually feels a lot better. It seems smoother somehow. It's pretty awesome. The pump still got a decent whine to it. It probably hurt it a little bit from being run low before I had it. I kept it pretty topped off. It didn't leak that much. It seemed to go in spurts where it would leak a lot and then it wouldn't leak for a while. You know, it's doing good, runs good, drives pretty good. Like I said, the steering feels smoother somehow. Maybe there's less air in it now, or we got some of the old fluid out. I'm going to park it for a day and see how it leaks. Hopefully it's done leaking. I didn't replace the low pressure side. If I got a puddle, hopefully that's it. If not, it's the pump, and we'll get to that bridge when we get there. Well, Blue Dog seems to like it. And I probably love this vehicle. Well, square bodies in general. I probably love them more than any other truck I've ever had, and I've had about all of them. They just seem to drive good. They sit good. They steer good. Stop. You don't really have major problems with anything on them. You put a bunch of horsepower on them, and there's a couple transmissions that don't hold it, but besides that, they're great trucks. They all have their problems. It's just in general a pleasant vehicle to drive. It's got some old 285s on it now. I'd like to find a newer style tire and rim combo, but I don't really want to run adapters. So if I could find 18 or factory 18, put those on there. I got some drop spindles for it. Maybe I'll put the drop spindles on instead of 18s and still keep about a 32-inch tall tire on it. I think it'd look good. I'm about to get home, and I'm going to park this truck in a somewhat clean spot. Maybe I'll throw some cardboard underneath it and see if there's any major leaks. But I mean, it's going to have leaks because everything's covered still. All right. Well, thanks for watching.